Bungie's new game Marathon promises to be one of the most controversial entries in the extraction genre, but I gotta say, I'm really excited about it for a lot of reasons, and we're gonna be covering a lot of content on this game. So stay tuned, hit the like button, subscribe, all those things, keep the bell notifications on. This video is gonna focus on all the runner classes. So even though there's gonna be four in the alpha and presumably the beta, there will be a total of six at launch. And thanks to Scaro, we have a little bit more information on the two that are not gonna be in the alpha, and we're going to go over that in this video. So again, drop a like and all that stuff. Now, to get started here, we're going to look at this infographic by Court Projects on X. So make sure you go give them a follow, and I'm going to zoom in on this image here, and we're going to start with these classes here. So Blackbird, the abilities and traits, you have Echo Pulse Prime ability activated, activate advanced detection systems, release sonar pulses. Hostiles caught by the pulse have their location revealed. So it's almost kind of like a wall hack. Then you have a tracker drone, deploy this little microbot, this little spider thing, tracks down nearby hostiles and explodes. Hostiles caught in the blast will have their heat increased, which is the so in marathon, your stamina is referred to as heat. So if you have too much heat buildup because you're a synthetic, robot basically, that is your stamina basically. So if you if this little micro robot explodes, and you get caught in it, your heat will increase as well as probably some damage too. And then it says trait number one interrogation receive a HUD warning when you are pinged by a hostile runner. Performing a finisher on a runner pings their crew's location. So if you get a kill on somebody and you need to get the rest of their team, doing a finisher move with Blackbird is going to be where it's at. Now, remember, in Marathon, it's teams of three. You can go in solo if you want, but you are down, not out. So if you want to, if you kill one person on the team, you have to kill the other two to like wipe the team from the lobby, I guess. And then the last thing here says trait number two, Stalker Protocol. After breaking a hostile's shields, a lingering holographic trail showing the hostile's last location movements is active for a short time. So that's Blackbird. So if you want the wall hacks and a little bot that can seek out enemies and then get a little bit of extra info on your HUD, this is absolutely going to be the character for you. Now, moving over to Glitch, abilities and traits. Amplify, prime ability. Movement abilities are now overcharged, increases movement speed, weapon dexterity, and reduces the heat buildup of movement abilities. So you're going to have extra speed, reduced stamina cost, all that stuff. Disruptor, tactical ability. Fire a projectile from your arm that deals damage and pushes hostiles away. And then holding fire charges this projectile to increase the blast size. So this is like you have this Mega Man blaster on your arm, basically. Then you have a passive trait, microjets. While airborne, perform an additional jump at the cost of generating additional heat. So you get a double jump, but your stamina bar is going to be affected the more you use it. And then power slide. You also get to power slide, and it says power slides are supercharged. Using supercharged slides generates additional heat, of course. So if you're looking for more movement, this is like your movement class for the most part. I've been told that Locust has some crazy movement as well, but we're going to get into that. And then, that prime ability is overcharged. So you can literally, overcharge your character and, be what they say you are, a runner. Like you're going to run hella fast. Let's go over to Locust. This is the one that I'm most excited about. I hope I get in the alpha, but either way, even at day one, I get to touch this game. I'm playing Locust. This one looks like a Destiny Titan through and through. So the primary prime ability is Search and Destroy. Activates a shoulder-mounted missile pods, dealing sustained damage to targets. Launches homing missiles that immobilize and deal damage on impact. Now, what's important about this is it's not you just activate the missiles and they just shoot. The way they work, and this is confirmed by people and influencers that were playing the alpha builds that we saw in the reveal event, it does exactly what it says it does, sustain damage. So as you're shooting targets, the more damage you're doing, it's going to launch these missiles once you activate it. So it's not like a one button press and it shoots all these missiles. No, you have to actually be doing DPS on target sustained for that to work. Now, on paper, that sounds not that fun as opposed to like I just can hit a button and shoot missiles. So I'm really curious about this one in particular, how it's going to do in gameplay, and is it going to be fun? Are they going to have to retool it? I don't know. We're going to see. Tactical ability is the Riot Barricade. So you guys have seen this in the gameplay footage by now. He basically pulls out this big ass clear pixel shield. It's like a riot shield or something, and it has some cool lighting effects to it. And then of course, it blocks incoming damage, but blocking drains the shield's durability, and then drains more when you're receiving damage. So if you're blocking bullets on one end, but someone's third party shooting you, like it can actually deplete it way faster. And then passive ability number one is Thruster. While airborne, activate boosters to perform a quick dash in your current direction. Destiny players are going to realize what this is very quickly. This is basically the Titan's chest exotic, the Twilight Garrison. You just do this quick air dash. You even see some footage of it in the trailer. And again, super cool. The mobility, it just adds this other layer of mobility. And then you have tactical sprint, double press sprint to move faster at the cost of generating additional heat. Now, from what I'm seeing, this is not as fast as Glitch when she pops her primary, mobility, prime ability or whatever. But however, having this ability to kind of move faster, and then that with the air dashes and stuff and the shield, Locust is gonna be a force to be reckoned with, man. This this class looks totally awesome. I can't wait to play it. And then moving on. So Void is the last of the four runner classes that will be available in the alpha, and probably the beta also. The main ability is Smokescreen. Generate a smoke disc that can be thrown on impact. They erupt and into smoke fields. Hostiles that are affected by smoke fields have their optics disrupted. You also have a tactical ability in the way of active camo. So literally, if you see in the footage, he does this movement with his arm and then he goes completely invisible, performing offensive actions, taking damage, and using abilities consumables briefly disrupts your camouflage. So take note of that. Like, you can activate the camo, but if you're, shooting your guns or taking damage or using abilities or consumables, you're gonna, be visible to enemies. So if use it carefully and when you want to sneak around things tactically. Now, your passive abilities are number one is Shadow Dive. While airborne, slam a smoke disc onto the ground, deploying a smoke field, and then Shroud. Entering any smoke field source triggers camouflage. So camouflage persists for a short time after leaving the smoke field. So it's just kind of a synergistic way to lean into that cloaking. And, if you want to sneak around the map and get loot or avoid enemies or whatever, like, this is obviously going to be the class for you. Now, what I want to do is we're going to zoom out here a little bit. There's two more classes that we know are going to be in the game, but we don't have any official information on them. But maybe we do, because thanks to Scarrow, like I was saying a minute ago, Scarrow, we're going to listen to this clip by Scarrow. Again, Scarrow, you can follow him on YouTube if you're not already. You probably are. But I paused it right here on this clip. Listen to what he has to say. Oh, hold on. Let me
characters that are not
go.
in this build. I have varying degrees of playtime with them, and I don't think they're finalized. So the first one is Thief. This is one that Joe Ziegler talked about a little
Thief
bit
class.
in his December update. This is kind of like a looting character. I believe they're going to have a grappling hook that allows you to get around the map. They also have a drone that you can drive around and steal loot for. Now,
okay, so what he says there is the Thief class has a grappling hook and a drone that will collect loot for you. Now, he's very adamant to say that he played this way before even this event that just happened, and all of this stuff is pre-alpha. It's subject to change, but he's just sharing some of the info that he had from previous playtests. And so that's a good thing to know. So Thief main abilities seem to be a grappling hook and a drone that can collect loot for you. So let's keep listening.
unfortunately, I don't have footage of this one because they weren't in this build. And sorry, Bungie, if I'm spilling company secrets here.
Yeah, spill them.
Don't hate me. But when we played this character, it was still a work in progress, and the drone was a fallen pike. It wasn't
A
finished, but you could
fallen
like
pike
remote
drone.
control this
Interesting.
fallen pike around and try to steal people's loot. It was actually like super hilarious, and I hope they put out some footage of that at some point. And I believe one of her passives allows you to see like the highest rarity item within a chest. So if you like look at a chest, it'll glow like purple or whatever.
Okay, so passive ability for Thief seems to be being able to see the highest rarity loot in a chest. And again, he's adamant to say that like, that might change, but how cool is that?
If there's a purple item in there, but that may have changed. The final runner doesn't really have a solid name that I can share right now. I believe the code name was Lifeline. I might have completely made that up. So
Okay, so he thinks that the last class is code name Lifeline, and he's saying it's a medic class. Let's give a listen.
I'm sorry if that's wrong. And they are essentially the medic. They have a little drone that you can send out. It heals your allies if they're close to you.
Okay, a drone that heals if if your allies are close.
I think it also did something like made you heal a little faster or like made your medicine like heal more or something. Just the meta character that you would fully expect. So let me know what character you're most excited for down in the comment section below.
Okay, so that pretty much covers that. So back to the classes. So Thief is supposed to have a grappling hook and a little drone that can go and see collect loot or whatever, or see the highest. Let's see, the drone is, it said Thief had a drone that could collect loot for you, and then you, as a passive, you could see the loot chest, and like if it was a highest, whatever the highest rarity item was, like a purple or whatever. And then the last one here they're saying is like a medic class with healing drones, heal faster and that kind of stuff. So let me know what you think about this. Again, Scaro, shout out to him. He was at the event. He was covering all kind of stuff. These guys, all these influencers, there's tons of info out there, spread out between through interviews and different things like that. But for the runner classes, I just wanted to share these with you guys. Again, y'all can check out the person on X that put this was Court Projects. So if you want to follow them and check out these cool infographics that they created, this stuff is super cool. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notifications. And for more stuff on Marathon, keep it right here because we're going to be doing a lot of coverage and hopefully we get in the alpha. Let me know in the comments if you get in the alpha and if you're stoked to play and what runner class are you the most excited to play. Let me know in the comments and we'll see you in the next one.